But they also have to when you can get them, not easily done.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Inside before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution. They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
They went backwards for 2 yards. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want.
On third and long, it's Breeze. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Oh, good agility by Cobb. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now out come the Giants. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
To throw on second down, Moon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Ready. You waiting?
Shotgun now for Breeze. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Oh, good agility by Cobb. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
From the gun, Moon. He's going to float this one. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready. We waiting?
Now Breeze. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now Breeze on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be fourth down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick is indeed good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On first down, it's Moon. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. To throw on second down. Moon throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. Third down here.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Moon. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Moon to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Moon. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, If they missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. They were looking for Johnson that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
They go to Johnson again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On 3rd down, Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And out and out come the Eagles. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Ready? You ready?
Now Breeze got to have this one. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
All right, here we go.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.